I've been hearing about this fragrance for quite a while now in the background, and I almost forgot that I had my eye on this fragrance because I've heard it mentioned so much online, but I've never actually seen it in stores until last night. And when I found it, I actually found quite a bit of variation of it as well. We're going to talk about it. Strap up. All right. Welcome to the Scent Bubble. I am your host for the afternoon. Hey, listen, man. Where do I start with the story time of this? So I kind of tweeted on my YouTube. I don't know what it's called when you put a little message up there on the message board, but I was talking about how frustrating it is where, you know, as a fragrance connoisseur, fragrance enthusiast, fan of fragrance, whatever, you're walking around, you're constantly checking out the Ross, the Burlington, the TJ Maxx, you know, your Sephora, you know, all these different places. And you watch YouTube videos all day about fragrances, and there's fragrances that you kind of write down on your phone that you're interested in looking at, and then you might not see them for a long time, or you get sidetracked on other fragrances and you forget. And then all of a sudden you pop in these stores and you see certain fragrances that you haven't seen on the shelf in a while, and you know right away when you see them, you're like, wait a second, I think this might be rare, you know, and you start doing the math in your mind like, oh shoot, should I buy this fragrance? Like, I never see it here, and I'm pretty sure. So anyway, that happened to me last night. I was out and about, and I actually rolled up on a Burlington, and they had like 6 fragrances that I had my eye on, but I just hadn't seen them in so long I forgot about them. So I forgot about them so much so that I had to actually run home, do my little research, because a lot of times in these department stores, the internet sucks. So you can't just look them up on the spot. And so I had to look up the fragrances at home, figured out which ones I wanted to buy, spun the block, went back to the store, picked up like 4 of the fragrances, and here we are. So, story time out of the way. Without further ado, actually, hold on. I might have an important text here. Nope, we're good. Okay, so this fragrance is from the house of Mont Blanc, and for men, we have Starwalker. And I am so happy to get this fragrance, man, because I don't have any Mont Blanc in my collection full bottle. Tons of samples, travel sprays, all that. This is my first time getting some actual Mont Blanc. I'm not a big fan of Mont Blanc. They have good fragrances, but I just feel like a lot of times, even when they nail a fragrance, they kind of don't take it to the extent that it should go. And it just kind of pisses me off as a name brand house. You know, I do like Legend Spirit. It's a good fragrance, but I don't think it's the best fragrance in its category. So I give that one some respect. People like the original Black Bottle. You know, anyway, I've heard Starwalker talked about a lot. And Burlington last night actually had Starwalker and Starwalker Extreme. I was going to get the Extreme just because I know it's so rare to find. But after reviewing it, you know, it's not everyone's fragrance. It's a very niche kind of fragrance. It's one of those fragrances like Atlas where when you smell it, you think to yourself, okay, this is going to have a very particular use case. I don't know how I feel about it quite yet, but, you know, I'm on the fence. Whereas Starwalker, notoriously, people call this one of the best office fragrances. Versatile, fresh, citrus, etc. So we're going to put it to nose today. This is Mont Blanc's Starwalker. Is it an EDT? Yeah, this is an EDT. So I like EDTs when it comes to freshies with charm. Normally the fragrance pops more. This fragrance has very much kind of an alcohol blast in it. Not necessarily like a synthetic alcohol blast, but it's got such a strong aromatic to it in terms of like spice and citrus. Sometimes, and you know, that's what I remember about a lot of Mont Blanc fragrances is that when it comes to like the upper top of the fragrance with the spice and the citrus and kind of almost even woods, like sometimes they just take it a little too far where it's just like zingy. Like even Legend Spirit to me, even though I love that fragrance, probably the best of the line to me, it still has a harsh opening. This isn't necessarily a harsh opening. This is just like a very alcoholic, like soapy, clean opening to it. It's woody, it's citrus, it's spicy, it's aromatic, it's musky. Let's take a look at the chart here. Um, okay. Definitely get that bamboo note. That's interesting. I've never seen that before. Okay, so up top we've got bamboo, bergamot, and mandarin orange. Honestly, this leans more bergamot bamboo. Don't get the orange note at all. In the mid, we've got the sandalwood, the white musk, and the cedar. I almost exclusively get cedar with a touch of fresh sandalwood. Doesn't smell animalic to me at all. And then in the base, we've got that ginger, fir resin, nutmeg, and amber. I'm going to put a touch of this on skin real quick. Just because it's such a fresh, crispy fragrance, I want to see how it dries down to see if we get any of that nutmeg and that amber. Because to me, when you go citrus, cedar, and ginger, you're really being linear. Like you're very much like threading the needle down a similar line of chemistry. You know, because citrus is very much like tart, zesty, similar with cedar. It's got that very piney, green, yellowy ripeness to it. And then ginger has got the spiciness and it almost comes off citrusy as well. So I'm interested on the dry down if other notes come through, because otherwise you just kind of have this very citrusy ginger cedar bomb, you know. And sometimes cedar to me almost plays into the citrus where I don't sense that it's the fragrance is woody anymore. It almost can get like anosmic or whatever whatever that word is. It can come off where you go nose blind to the cedar and it just kind of translates as bergamot citrus. You know what I'm saying? That's just me though. But this very much I could see being a great office fragrance like people say. I think it's a freshie with charm. It's a freshie with charm, and the charming part of it is citrus and earthiness, for lack of better words, kind of this musky, cedary, gingery, resinous. It's not even really that resinous. I'm trying to act like this fragrance is complex, but it's really not. Bergamot, citrus, ginger. It's got a greenness to it. It's got an earthiness to it, but it's very much your nose hairs kind of, you know, raise up because of that sharpness of bamboo and bergamot, that juicy bamboo bergamot. The cedar has got to be about 60% of this fragrance at least. It's got to be like, it's probably like 50% cedar, 20% ginger, 20% bamboo bergamot citrus, and then maybe just like the tiniest percentage of and then the tiniest little percentage of this kind of like the tiniest bit of amber and sandalwood, musk. The musk is there. Yeah, I want to simplify this for you guys so much because in a nutshell, this just smells like, it smells like kind of like a block of cedar with pine needles laying on it and a bar of Lever 2000 soap. And then you squirted it with a mist of water and then you ran a fan through it. And the fan is just picking up that very zesty cedary wood, pine needles, and that Lever 2000 super clean soap feel. Even on skin, it translates the same way. Maybe the amber comes through a little bit more, but that's about it. Definitely a clean office scent. I don't know if I would call it like office though. Maybe just because it's like very strong and woody, like people think that is more office, like grown man kind of vibes. But I look at it more like a freshie with charm. Like this is a good out of the shower fragrance, errand running fragrance. To the office, I guess it's kind of like blind buy worthy for the office because it's very safe. But you're definitely going to be the most boring guy in the room wearing this at work. Like if you wear this at work, you try and be discreet. People will think like, oh, wow, you smell clean and nice. But that's if they're being nice. Like it has no showstopper quality to it at all in the office. It doesn't even have any appeal where it's like if a woman or somebody walked by you, I don't even think this fragrance would waft enough to even have some scent trail to where they would turn around and go, oh, shoot, what the heck is he wearing? They might just say in their mind like, oh, he smells good and keep it pushing. But maybe if you wore more sprays, this could really go. You know, you hit yourself with about 6 sprays of this. Yeah, I'm sure it could turn some heads in the office in a very boring way, but that's just me. But I do think the fragrance is absolutely worth it. When you talk about simplicity in a bottle, this is simple, man. This is bamboo, bergamot, cedar, and ginger. Tiniest touch of amber and sandalwood musk, just to sophisticate the fragrance. It's got the simplicity. It's clean. It's soapy. It's sophisticated by a note of wood and ginger and citrus. Yeah, easy to wear. So easy to wear. Mature. I think it's mature, but because it's an eau de toilette and it's light and crispy, I think you could go down to like 18 and up. Any season, any reason. Shines in hot weather, but absolutely could rock in cold weather. This might even smell better in cold weather. In cold weather, you might actually get more of the sandalwood and the orange and the amber. It's amazing how temperature impacts a fragrance. This is Mont Blanc Starwalker. I got this 50 ml bottle for 20 bucks. That's not a bad price at all. And you almost never see this in the outlet stores. So when you see it, definitely scoop it up. I definitely think for a discounter store, this is a fantastic grab. This might actually be my second favorite fragrance. And in a lot of ways, it might actually be better than Legend Spirit. Because Legend Spirit, though it has a more complex fragrance note breakdown to it, it does have a very harsh opening. This is a smooth opening. It's a little alcohol-y at first, but it dries down very quick. You know, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, any season, any reason, preferably warmer weather. It should go the distance. I think it's a 6 spray minimum. You could probably go as high as 6 to 10, but I think 6 to 8 might be your sweet spot. Any occasion. Date night, no, not enough charm there. But definitely work, casual, errands, gym, everything. You're going to smell like a robust man. If you're a young man, you're going to smell mature and older. If you're an older man, you're going to smell well-kept, clean, and maybe a little bit younger than you are. Like as a 35-year-old man, if I put this on, somebody might think I was 30, you know? And I think that's a good quality. Like there's something to be said about that. I think we've covered everything here. Use case, weather, how many sprays, etc. It's a very good fragrance. Again, from the House of Mont Blanc, this is Starwalker EDT. I got the 50 ml for 20 bucks. You can get it at any discounter. I'm just curious to see on Fragrance Buy, can we get Mont Blanc Starwalker? It's been a while since I've purchased on Fragrance Buy. I've been going ham on TikTok Shop. Okay. So Starwalker is going for 25 bucks. Is that 100 ml or 50? 75. 50 ml is 27, so I got a 50 ml for 20 in stores with no shipping cost. That's nice. So 75 ml tester is 25 bucks, guys. It's even cheaper. If you guys watch this video, I'll drop it real soon so that you guys can be aware of that. 75 boxed is 31. Yeah, I just grabbed the tester. That's a heck of a deal. Yeah. I'm just not a big fan of Mont Blanc's, like, most of their line. I feel like they have a lot of great DNAs that they've nailed, but then they always do something stupid, like make it too alcohol-y or too sour up top or harsh. They never take the fragrance from start to completion in terms of like just keeping it smooth. Starwalker might be the first fragrance I've come across where it has no harsh bite of any kind in the opening and dry down. Again, it's got a little bit of an alcohol blast up front, but I think that that's actually just due to the fact that it's heavy citrus up top. But it dries down very quickly into woods. But anyways, guys, I wish, you know, Mont Blanc would spend a little bit more time. Maybe it's just newer batches and whatnot, but I just feel like they always take incredible ideas and then somehow make a way to make it abrasive and harsh and whatnot, which is why I only really rock with Starwalker and Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. The other ones are just really okay. They've got some good fragrances, but they pretty much clone other fragrances that smell better in different renditions. But I am your host, You're rocking with me in the scent bubble. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell, and we appreciate you guys so much for interacting and coming alongside my fragrance journey. Share your stories in the comments, guys. What fragrances do you own? Do you agree with my take? I love all kind of feedback and communication and interaction. That's why I made the channel. So hopefully you guys have a blessed rest of your week. Talk to you soon.